Hey, and welcome back to the second part of 7-21. So there's a few different things that I want to also include in this, and it's changing materials and also playing around with parent-child relationships. So first thing I want to point out is playing out with parent-child relationships. Now, extrusion 4 is dependent on extrusion 3. So what you'll find is that if you were to delete extrusion 3, it will also delete dependent sketches and features. So when I do that, they both disappear. Straightforward enough. Now, another thing I want to point out is suppressing features. So if I wanted to hide something without actually deleting it, when you right-click the extrusion, then you can just choose the option Suppress Features. And here it's going to hide it as if I deleted it, but you'll see that it's still in our menu to the left. So you don't need to delete it to stop seeing it. Now, you can go back, you can redraw parts to make it match like it says in the book, but I'm going to skip that section because I'd rather just get into materials. So when you create objects, later on you'll be able to actually test material properties like strength, stress testing, and what you can do is set material for your objects so that it has the correct properties when you go to do those tests. So we're going to go ahead and change the material of this object. So we are going to the Tools tab. We are going to Material. And what we're going to do first is change it to Aluminum 6061. Oh yeah. So when you look at the material editor, you're going to see these buttons pop up on the right. And you can add materials to the document, or you can just add it to the document and display in the editor. So we're going to choose the second option. Material, the same exists in the document. Okay, that's fine. Local copy is great. So now we're going to the Physical Aspect tab. And here we're going to be able to change the properties. So we have thermal conductivity, specific heat, and thermal expansion coefficient. So we're going to, we're going to change the Young's modulus, or its stiffness, in the Mechanical tab. We're going to change this to 10.0 E6 psi. So that's 10 to the 6th power pounds per square inch. In appearance, we're going to switch it to glossiness. Let's see, glossiness is going to go to 50 for a nice sheen to it, and we're going to make it a nice, wait a minute, let's see, where's the color, the tint. I'm changing the tint to a light green. So right here I have my preview, here's the color. I click it, I'm going to just choose a light green, doesn't matter which, and we say OK. And now so if it doesn't look correct, it doesn't have that shine or the glossiness, go to Material again and make sure you've selected Aluminum 6061. If you change it back to generic, it's what you started with. But that will then give it the properties that you assigned it. Happy designing!